Welcome to Edvance360's release 8.1.2. In this release, there are several new features and tools, updates to existing ones as well. And if you're already on version 8, these changes will appear in your site on February 15th. Other changes must be specifically requested. And there actually are a few clients who may have a few of these features and updates already in their site since they were the ones originally requesting them. For more information, you can go to our informational page, switch to edvance360.com/Edvance360 LMS announces release 8.1.2, if you can remember that. There's a number of videos and quick start guides, blog articles, and always make sure to sign up for those blog articles. There's excellent tips and tricks coming from our experts every week. And then also find us on social media because you will find the latest information about these updates and features before everybody else does if you are on the social media channels. Now, this is what's contained in this version 8.1.2. Better search, score completion required options, user test time, a recertifications auto reminder, class limiting options as a part of our internal registration module, suggested essay, launching courses option, time taken on lessons report, it's an update, e-commerce update, and a new homepage optional look. Now I'm going to cover each one of those things, but this is actually the new look and feel. You'll notice this is this clean blue and white. It's in our colors, but I want to point out a couple of things. This is more relational than your typical homepage look and feel. First of all, you'll notice the My Courses area, which everybody needs, but right above that it says Welcome Sarah Tucker, which is the name of the user that we logged in as. So it's very personalized. Below that, it has the networking area. So we've always had the social network. That's always been one of our very main components. But in this case, it's brought out to the home page. And it's matching up Sarah Tucker with Aaron Tucker, Lisa Smith, John Judge, Sophia Bentley, and Sydney Brewer because they have similar interests and industries on the back end. So it's suggesting that you network with these people. This is very important for our associations, membership groups, and anyone who's wanting their culture to be more relational. You'll also notice in the top right-hand corner there's an overview video or a welcome video, and right below that is a mentor, Jessica Smith. Now, right below the mentor could be Jessica's phone number, email, contact information, etc. We didn't want to put that up on the screen, but I wanted you to see this because many of our corporations assign new employees to a mentor. Definitely associations and memberships often give mentoring as a part of their packages. And you can cut down on the onboarding costs for a new employee. You can cut down on the onboarding of a new member. You can make them feel very connected very quickly using mentors. And we have that. If you're not using that, reach out to training if that's something you'd like. All right. Some additional announcements before I go into showing all the other different features and updates. Check the landing page for updates to the quick start guides that are coming through training right now. Feel free to share that page with your colleagues. We're also going to be releasing a library of courses for an additional cost. So these would be things that your typical corporation needs like OSHA, sexual harassment, those kinds of courses. And we're going to be able to give all of our E360 clients some free licenses to something called EverCam, which allows you to build content from PowerPoint instead of creating a SCORM file and having to use Adobe products or Articulate Storyline. And then, of course, stay tuned because there's more than that coming soon. We're very excited about things coming down the pipeline. All right, switching over. I want to show a couple of different things. This is our, of course, website, Edvance360.com. If you haven't signed up for the blog, please do so. Click on the blog link. It will take you to our blog, and you'll see our different blogs as they come out. You can subscribe, and it won't overwhelm you, by the way. It just sends you a weekly update of what has been written So you won't get one, twice a day, 3 times a day, which is a little annoying. Also, we have our Edvance360 LMS announces release 8.1.2 landing page. It has all the different features, which will be linked to videos or quick start guides or both. And the recording of the webinar will be placed right here. This is the place to come. And we also have our most quick resources here if you need them. All right. Now, you can always find our release notes for every version in one place, advance360.com/release-notes. Release notes. And you'll see all the different features that I'm going to go through today. Okay, the first topic we're going to cover is our updated search. I'm going to go to the home page, click on the search feature, and I'm going to search for the topic leadership. And it's going to find everything that has anything to do with the keyword leadership that I'm allowed to have access to. It is smart. It is not showing me things that are in the administration tab or in resources that I should not have access to. It's very smart. It's not going to do that. But you'll see discussions, lessons, training, lots of different things here, too much for me. So maybe I undo this, and suddenly I have a much shorter list. So it does allow you to filter for particular things. Okay, so that's the updated search feature. And the next feature is the SCORM completion required option. In previous versions, you were able to upload a video and set it so that it was required, meaning that the learner had to watch the video all the way to the very end before they could mark it complete and go to the next step. We have also added that now for SCORM. So I'm going to go to a course on Edvance360, and in the next step of the lesson, this lesson, I've got, actually let me go back, I'm going to take it as a student here. I am on the SCORM file now. I click the SCORM file, it opens up in another window, and I will have to watch the SCORM file all the way to the very end before I can mark it complete. Now, the setting for this is down here in Settings. Go to Other. You'll see all the sequential options. Require survey, require completion of SCORM to mark complete on, require video to be watched completely to mark complete on, off, etc. So this is the new one. This was in previous versions. The next feature is the new home page, which I have already covered. And the next feature after that is one I'm very excited about, the new agent recertification reminder. So I'm going to go into Edvance360, into Agents. We have Scheduled Tasks, Threshold Alerts, and Content Alerts. The new one is in Scheduled Tasks. It's under Recertification Reminder. You can title it whatever you want. Let's say Recertification Due, and there we go. Recurrence, you can set it up to recur on a specific day of the week, time, number of days after they have completed the course that you would like them to start receiving this reminder. Most common probably would be 90 days or the 300-day mark, because you want them to have the recertification complete by 365 days. So if you start at day 300, hopefully they will get it done before 365. So I'll choose that. You can choose the course and include the link to the new course so they can go right on over and take it. You can also send to inactive students and who else you need to get it. And if you need to send it to a particular instructor or particular supervisor, particular person, you can put their email there. Subject, get busy, it's time, it's due, don't wait. Oops, there we go. And click Save. And then that will run, reminding them to go in and take the recertification that's necessary. All right. This next page is, the next feature is the class limiting feature. I'll come back to that one. It's very important. I'm going to turn it over to Ashley, who's going to show us all about that. The next one is suggested essay. This one is for my school. We have a number of schools who requested this. In resources, you have your question side. And if you create a question, let's say an essay question, sometimes a school might desire to give guidelines to the instructor grading the essay, or a sample essay that they'd like it to kind of look and be structured after. So you name it right here, you put in what the essay is on the topic of, and then down here, you'll put essay response. Only instructor sees this when they're grading. So you might put some bullet points of things that you want, or just the example essay. And when the instructor is grading the essay, these suggestions or the suggested response will show for them to help guide them. This is perfect for adjuncts or those who are teaching this course, and it's mapped back to competencies, etc. All right, the next feature is e-commerce updates. So I'll just talk about this briefly. If you're using e-commerce, our e-commerce module, E360 Connect, then there's some updates that have to do with membership tiers so that you can actually set discounts on those membership tiers for other items on the site. So let's say you have silver, gold, and platinum. With silver, you get X, Y, and Z. With gold, you get X, Y, and Z plus 10% off on everything else. With platinum, you get X, Y, and Z, 10% on everything else, or maybe even 20% on everything else, plus you get some coaching. That's just some good examples of the different tiers. So you have a couple of new things. You have the ability to charge a monthly subscription, create those tiers with customized offerings tailored to those purchasers, set up discounts, and when they pay for those membership tiers, subscriptions, etc., they're automatically enrolled into courses and communities inside Edvance360. So it automates that process for you. Now, below that, I also have launching video courses from Calendar. This is a neat new way to launch a course/video. Sometime in the near future, it will be SCORM files as well that can be launched. But right now, it will be files like MP4s. You could do an MP3 audio. You could do a handout like a PDF if you wanted. But most of the time, people are focused on launching a video. So here's an example. It's a software company. Every Friday, they want to put out a video on a new feature or emphasizing a feature. So Feature Friday. So on the calendar, inside of a course or community, either one, they can create, let's go ahead and go into this one, an event on the calendar. So let's set it up for Friday. And we're going to call it Feature Friday. And we're going to start it this Friday, and we want it to start at a reasonable hour. So we'll say 1 p.m. And let's have it end at, I don't know, 2 p.m. or 3 p.m. sounds good. I can choose a color. I don't need this whole mark attendance. That's really for live attendance. I can describe it. And I'll come down here and I can choose a recurring date. I'd like this to go every Friday for the next couple of months. We'll see how it goes. I'll click Done. And I want it to recur weekly. I'll click Save. Now I have these events. I didn't actually put the video in it. I just set up the events. And the reason for that is because I want to go into each one of those Fridays and put in a different video. So I'll go into this one, click Edit, and it's going to open up that window, but there's something new. Now, there's Select Content Type. So I can add from my resources, I'll go from my repository, in the, I think I have one in the Delete Me folder, test video. I update all the other recurrences of this event with that file, but in this case, I don't want to, so I'll click Save. And now when I click on it, there's my little video. Now this is great if you just have a video, as I do in this case, okay? But if you need an assessment after the video, this is not what you're wanting to use this for. This is just for launching a video or a course that is a video. Eventually we'll make it a SCORM file, launchable from here as well, and the assessment could be contained in the SCORM file. So it's not for those who need handouts and assessments and surveys and everything, discussions, etc. This is just for your short, quick little courses or quick little videos talking about a feature, and you can track how many people have watched the video, so on and so forth. All right. The next feature is an update, time taken on lessons report. In the past, the time taken on lessons report in the course started tracking the moment the user went into the lesson and started it. And it would continue tracking until they finished it. That would be time taken in a logical way. However, in a couple of our clients' cases, that user may have a year to take the whole course. And so it's going to report that whole year. So in some of our clients' cases, that wasn't as accurate as they needed. What they needed was actual time spent on the actual lesson content. And that is what the new update does. It will track from the time they go into the lesson to the time they click the next button, and from that point to the next button, and from that point to the next button until they're done. All right, and if they leave it up on their system, it will log them out of the system and it will stop tracking it when they're logged out. All right, so that's that. Go ahead and turn it over to Ashley. We're going to talk about the class limiting feature, which is a part of our self-registration module. Let me go ahead and turn it over to Ashley now.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us for our 8.1.2 release webinar. And thank you to Kathy for doing a fabulous job on covering all of the features so far. I'm excited to cover this portion of the webinar, which actually discusses the available courses tab that was released last year in 2017 in version 8, and now we've expanded on that with some class limiting options. For those that are not familiar with the course availability option last year, we had the need arise from several of our clients that said, we do like that the users have the opportunity to self-register for things. However, we don't need it through a public catalog like your e-commerce offers, and we definitely don't need to charge any fees. So what we did was we allowed users now the opportunity to click on their course or their training tab at login and see the opportunity for upcoming, or what we call, available courses. So once a user selects the option to see upcoming or available courses, they'll have the opportunity to toggle between the list and the calendar views in order to register for anything that they would like to participate in. This upcoming course, or these upcoming courses, will appear either in blue or red. Blue means that the user still has the opportunity to register because there are openings or availability in that particular course. So they actually can browse through the pop-up exactly who's facilitating, dates, any information or a description of that course, and they can opt to register by selecting register now and OK. Now, once they do that, it will disappear from their screen, and at the start date of that course, that will actually appear as a title under My Courses for them because they're now registered for it. Now, on the opportunity or the chance that they have registered for a course that is full, instead of a register option, there will be a waitlist option, exactly the same way, where we can select to be on the waitlist and select OK. That will send them an automated email through their messaging center up here on the top right, letting them know that they have been successfully added to a wait list if that's been turned on by their facilitator, and that they will be notified personally when a seat opens that they can now participate in. All of that now can be set up from the administrator or the course designer's perspective. And so what I'd like to do is actually switch back to that perspective by selecting my switchback icon in the top right-hand corner. If I go to my home page, I happen to both be an administrator and a facilitator. So at login, I now have a brand new course alert as part of this class limiting feature that shows me any waitlist learners that have requested access to a course that's already been full that I'm facilitating. Instead of having to go up to that course, find it, click through the list, through the categories, through the terms, I can actually extend my course alert directly from my login screen, see the name of the student and the actual course that they have requested access to. When I click on that, it will redirect me to the class limiting feature, which is a brand new settings within my course. This waitlist option is one of 3 new tabs within class limiting. It will in fact show me that I have already previously turned the waitlist on, allowing users the opportunity to register for this upcoming course. Now, this is not a first come, first serve type of scenario. I, as a facilitator, have to manually select for these users to be added to my course. That is obviously giving you some control as a facilitator over who you're allowing access to. Once the add button is selected, that will in fact notify the user that they've been added to the course because an opening was released for them. The other 2 tabs here within the class limiting feature are simply how many seats or what limit do you want to put on your course. You can go all the way up. You can see it scrolls to 100. So you can select between 1 and 100 seats for the class total and save, and also all of your templates for creating your emails. The first one being an approval email, letting someone know when there is availability in the course and they selected register like we did through our test student a moment ago, they will receive that thank you for registering email. There are full rich text editors here, so you can change any of your colors, your fonts, your styles. Also, there is a template for that wait list, and that is an example here. We say, we're sorry, but the course is full. Thank you for asking or requesting to be added. Someone will let you know if a seat opens. So all of those templates, as well as your class limit totals and your wait list opportunity, are all in a brand new setting called class limiting. Now, if you would opt for your facilitators not to have access to setting up these class limiting features, we do have the opportunity for all of these same features to be available solely through the administrative portal. So if I click here on the admin tab and I go over, let's say, to my category or term, we'll go to Ashley's term here. You can see all of these particular courses have been stored in my term. If I pick one of these by simply hitting edit, there are now new drop downs as well as fields that allow me to control all of the course limiting from the admin side. One of these does in fact say, do we want to have instructors to be able to control these class limiting settings? If we've selected no here, that tab will not appear to them within the courses like we just browsed. If they do, they're able to manage it from their side. So we put it both places just on the off chance you don't want your facilitators or instructors to have access to that. But all of those same features are here. The total number of seats in your course, approval emails, yes or no, as well as an area for that template, allowing a wait list, yes or no, and then of course setting up your template specifically for waitlist. So you can see that all of this now allows your entire site to have the option for self-registration through the available courses tab. And it also allows you the opportunity to set up all of those limitations through class sizes, reminders, approvals, and wait lists. So Kathy, thanks for turning it over to me. I will turn it back to you to close this out.
Great. All right. So that's exactly what we wanted to show you for version 8.1.2. We look forward to working with everyone on the new features And do sign up again for the blog and the social media, because we'll be announcing some really neat things there in the next month or two before the next release. So if you're one of those people who wants to see things before it's launched, before it's available, then that's where you need to go. If you've got any specific requests or any customizations or anything that you need training on, just drop us a call or an email. You can reach me at kathy.garland@edvance360.com or training@edvance360.com. Thanks so much. We appreciate it.